What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Killer B, the doggone Witch Finder General. You got a witch, I'm burning them up. Y'all know how I get down. But this is something I've been meaning to do the last couple of weeks, and instead of having time, been very busy. This is going to be talking about the Prince Asiel Ben Israel. And we all know, as y'all see my video, that he recently passed away. They slathered him down with the Jesus juice at Christian church at his funeral. And they shipped this behind out to Demona, right? Where he gonna rot in the desert. So, this is something that's really disturbing to me, and it should be very disturbing to a lot of black Americans, a lot of Americans also. How the black community always comes together and praise people that have done more harm to the community than anything. Let's run it down the line. We got drug dealers and stuff that the people praise, right? We got famous, there's all types of disturbing people that have done very disturbing things that have really plagued the community and pretty much got black people in the state that they're in, right? And they don't own up to it. And the black community is very, very hell-bent on digging up all the trash on other people. Just like, for instance, like the Trump thing, right? People will pull out all types of nonsense. Half the stuff is true or half-truths and stuff about what Mr. Donald Trump did, right? Oh, his daddy was in the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, he said he hate white black people. And all this crazy stuff, right? And you don't see, you don't see a lot of other communities praising wicked people, right? I actually think Donald Trump was actually a decent president. I'll tell you the truth, right? I keep it real. I like both presidents, whatever. As long as they do some things that helps people out. But hey, not everybody's gonna be happy with what somebody does, right? But that's with anything. But when these people really, their intentions are not to be just. Their intentions are not to be who they portray themselves are, right? We got this governor. We got a picture of her here. Yeah, a picture. I thought they had a picture of her ass up in here. Maybe they don't. But what was her name? She's the mayor of Chicago or something? Lightfoot, that crazy looking lady. That also said some old crazy stuff about the whole riots that they had during the George Floyd thing, right? I forgot what she had said, but we tell you a lot of these people don't have good sense, and a lot of them should be ashamed of the things that they say and the people that they support, right? Like Prince Asiel. Y'all don't see the videos that I done did on there, right? On their organization, where they were charged with all types of crimes and stuff, stealing airplane tickets, stolen passports, all the stuff that got them to where they at now in Demona, right? And now this is where the problems are arising in Demona today, where a lot of them are getting deported because they came here with no paperwork. They don't have any paperwork because they lied on it, right? That's like you go into another country and stuff, right, with a fake passport. And now they find out about you. You gotta go, but now you don't have no nothing. And it's very sad and it's sick that this man was also what I would call a spy. Really, it's not called that. That's how I look at it. For maybe I'm lack of proper definition. I forgot what the charge they gave him, but basically what he was dealing with an African country that is known for their human rights violations. And they worked with the leaders of that African country to try to convince American congressmen to try to lift the embargoes off the country, right? And the man basically finessed the country, right? I don't really blame the country. I blame him. And this to show his character. And he knew that he was going to get away with that shit. And they gave this man $90,000 to go to America and try to convince the politicians that, hey, we need to lift these embargoes. Why the people in that country are suffering. Why they're suffering. Maybe some from the embargo, but mostly from the leaders. Right? And it's though they don't care. And the deal was, I forgot how many millions of dollars that they had supposed to give this man if he got the United States to lift the embargoes. What is wrong? And we sit up there, all these government officials are sitting up there at that funeral right next to Louis Farrakhan? Are you serious? Sitting next to motherfucking Louis Farrakhan? Are you a fucking cult leader that ripped off fucking Gaddafi? They still got that. Gaddafi dead. He ain't gonna get his money. But Gaddafi gave him how many million? Like 5 million or something like that. And they fucked up all the money. They had supposed to be building a factory to help to uplift the black people in America. Man, the motherfuckers ain't trying to do shit for nobody but their pockets. And y'all dummies sit right there and follow right behind these people, yo. Yo, it's crazy, yo. It just bugged out that this man's funeral was filled with all these black people that's supposed to be out here to help us. And like, they're supposed to be normal black people. Not no cult leaders and shit. But it just shows that we have this soft heart. And they sit there and talk about, oh, he was... Let's read this shit. Let's read it. When Yusuf Asiel collected early memories of his father, Prince Asiel Ben Israel, he recounts thinking at the age of 7 that the title of prince signified that he would be the one being served, a lofty assumption based on fairy tales. Yusuf Asiel told him as much. His father's response, being a prince is about serving the people, not for me to be served. My responsibility is to do everything that I can in my capacity to ease. I don't know what Niggy talking about and stuff, but y'all got a sneak peek of what something Niggy be talking about soon, I guess. My responsibility to do everything that I can in my capacity to ease the pain and suffering of the oppressed people. Yeah, okay. I remember that because it changed my thought process relative to the type of being that my father was. And it automatically shifted my thinking to be more selfless in my endeavors. Really? All right, we're going to tell you a little story about him in a second, right? Ben Israel spent decades as an international ambassador of the African Hebrew Israelites Jerusalem, a group with the beginning in the Great Plains during the 1890s that basically reverse engineered Judaism from the Hebrew Bible. I don't know where they're getting that shit from. Quoted Jacob Dorman, author of Chosen People to Write. Oh, see, that's why, because he got an old boogie eater fucking writing some shit. All right, the community emulates Jesus' life and practice as a Jew. Right, they go old nigga right there. Ben Israel died at 81. On August 21st, according to his family, services were held in the charismatic leader were held Friday at the Trinity Unitarian Church of Christ. Mayor Lori Lightfoot paid her respects, saying that his life lived for the benefit of all black people. What about American people? Did he live for Americans? Did he live for the American black people here? When he's sitting there lying and cheating the American taxpayers, harboring murderers. When they had the FBI had a raid in the 80s on them when they was first getting out there. They went to what's the place? Liberia first, right? Shit, they work out there. They made their asses across Africa in the Mona, right? By finessing. He categorically rejected each and every narrative that portrayed any of us as less than beautiful people that we are. Really? But you displayed yourself as a crook, a cult leader, and what I'm about to say in a little bit is going to shock you too. Say, who have built this country and built a legacy about which we and our children's children should be proud. Ben Israel was born Warren Brown. Mom call him Warren. I'm gonna call him Warren. So Mr. Warren, to Mary and Archie Brown Sr. As one of the 8 children, he attended Dunbar High School and DePaul University. All right, I'm not reading. Whoa, what's this? Member of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. For all y'all conspiracy nuts out there, he was the boule, nigga. Right? So y'all go run with that, all y'all crazy conspiracy nuts out there. Stints working on the Metropolitan Insurance Company and selling jukeboxes to restaurants. All right, blah, 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 blah. Preceded his introduction to the African Hebrews. Exposed to the teachings of the Israelites and African ancestry, he found his path and was given the name Prince Asiel by Ben Amin Carter, the spiritual leader of the group, which is the conman. His ass is somewhere rotting and inheriting worms too, right now. So, leadership. His name Prince indicated Ben Israel's leadership and longevity of the nation, according to African Hebrew Israelites. Right. The more he studied the faith, the more Ben Israel tried to understand why so many black Americans lived in a state of oppression. I fight it, motherfucker. I work, bitch. That question led him on a lifelong journey that started with the Bible and took him through Africa to Israel, right? Yeah, right. Off of all stolen money. That's like a drug dealer, right? That plagued the housing projects for 20 years and took that money and took a bunch of niggas to Africa. Off the backs of all the people that he done plagued and fucked up with the drugs and shit. How many families, thousands and millions of families he destroyed to bring a fucking 100 motherfuckers to another country to get fucked again, because that's what's gonna happen to him there, right? Now, he would sit there and was buried. What is this article saying? Oh, continue. When he would study Deuteronomy chapter 28, he saw the black man and woman in America. Are you serious? We don't been past that. We're past that. We're like light years past that. And these people still believe this shit because this cult doctrine is not real. It's cult doctrine to win you away with words, just like how your Christian pastor. Not saying about Christian, because a lot of them this is wicked and crooked as this nigga, but. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying their techniques, how they speak like the scriptures tell you. Speak unto me smooth things, right? That's the little thing the cult like to use. They bring that scripture out. Speak unto me smooth things, right? So these black people hear this smooth things and are caught up. And he was one of them, probably. He was one probably on the right path, and then he found this bullshit and dedicated his whole life to it so much. He dedicated his whole life to it so much. Now let me lay this shit on y'all asses. He dedicated this shit to his life so fucking much that when his son, his own son, blood son, was excommunicated from the community, right? I did a video on this a while back. Y'all can find this on my channel, where his son, because of his beliefs, all shit, nigga going live. Let me hurry up and get up off here. Go check them out. That they, oh shit, I done lost my damn thought. Thank you, Nagy. He was excommunicated. Yeah, son was excommunicated, right? I believe 17, if I'm not mistaken. And he talked about how the young teenagers and stuff would start to see the bullshit in the group. And they were beaten. They'd be beaten half to death. They'll go in the room and literally get tortured until they come around to accept Mr. Ben Amin as the goddamn Moses of the people and all the other bullshit, right? Now, he heard that his brother was sick. So he went back to the community to visit his brother. And he brought somebody with him. And he was giving him the tour of the community, right? And he was greeted by the so-called cult's security with sticks. And where a knife was planted in his pocket. And told the Israeli, and the guards told the Israeli police that this man was trying to break into houses. when he was only going there to see his sick brother. Where was this man's father then to say, hey, that's my son, let him go see his brother? Know where that man was. He sat back, and he let all that shit happen, and he didn't give a fuck because his faith was under the fucking cult leader ass. He was too busy riding the cult leader's nuts. That's why. And it's a wicked thing, and he a wicked ass motherfucker, and he riding in pig guts and shit. And I say hallelujah to it, right? And I'm gonna leave that shit right here for y'all to go look up the facts on your own. And we just need to stop with this bullshit. Like, we just fucking retarded as all hell, and everybody laughing at us. Everybody's fucking laughing at us. And it's a shame, and these so-called black leaders should be put on blast for supporting cult leaders. I got a couple more videos that I'm going to do on some things similar to this. It's going to tie the Nation of Islam with a lot of bullshit and a lot of shit that people do, and they try to cover the shit up. So with that, y'all, I'm up out of here. I'm Killer B the Wishfinder General. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to all my supporters out there. Yeah, I'm trying to do more videos because I owe that to y'all, right? I've been off. I've had a lot of things going on and stuff, right, lately. So with that, y'all, I'm up out of here. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.